Hello, everybody. How's it going tonight? Some music in the background. Cool.
Hello.
Hello. Awesome. Possum. I'll give everybody a second. Go ahead and mute yourselves, and we're going to go through the VCU Pre-X application workshop. So hopefully if you are here tonight, you are interested in joining VCU Pre-X 2021. Woo! We do have a few changes for this Pre-X compared to previous Pre-Xs that we've held at VCU. So I'm going to go through essentially the application itself, kind of some differences, especially demo day, and then we're going to go into a couple of FAQs and then ask if there's any questions before we hop off. Okay. So before we begin, I just want to make sure, give me a reaction or a thumbs up if you're excited for Pre-X. Yay! Love it. Thank you. Okay, so let's dive in. Pull that down. All right, so I want to start at the end, and then we'll go through a full loop circle and then again end at the end. So one of the things that Pre-X leads up to is a thing called Demo Day. So if you don't know what Demo Day is, I'm going to go through Demo Day and kind of explain just a little bit and talk about what is really, really exciting about Demo Day and how you can get extremely involved. So essentially at Demo Day, only select teams are going to be pitching at Demo Day. We do not have a specific number of teams because essentially what we're looking for is that when you go into Pre-X with this idea, solution, problem space, you're going to deep dive research for 2 weeks into it. And at the end, you're going to submit some deliverables and select teams will be entered into Demo Day itself. So you're going to have a hopefully perfect pitch that's been fine-tuned and really, really thought through, fully processed kind of solution area. And this is where you're going to be able to pitch, or select teams will be able to pitch towards national accelerators and investors. So I'm going to play a quick video on last year's Demo Day, and hopefully it works. Can everybody hear this?
Not yet.
No. Okay, let's try that again. Actually, I might need to quickly stop share, reshare, and make sure my volume is on. Okay, let me start that over. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it when it plays.
Welcome to Demo Day 2020. I'm Garrett Westlake. I'm the Executive Director of the Da Vinci Center at VCU.
Good morning to everyone else. My name's Ace Callwood. I wear a couple hats. I'm the Director of Communications over at the Health Innovation Consortium, Network Catalyst at VCU Ventures. And in a past life, I spent the better part of my career building things. The Pre-Accelerator for me, I think, embodies a lot of the programs and work that I've done with phenomenal people, which is why I'm so excited to be here sharing the Pre-Accelerator with you guys.
To give you a little background around the Healthcare Innovation Sprint and myself, I'd like to rewind to January. I had a conversation with one of my neighbors who works at VCU, Magnus Johnson, and that conversation was the very end of January, and Garrett and I kept talking and decided that, maybe it'd be really cool to kick off a university-wide healthcare innovation sprint for the first time this spring.
And we are so appreciative that these sponsors are able to join us this morning. 2 of our students that pitched and got up here and did what the students are about to do today were actually recruited and now work at Capital One. They're still a part of our ecosystem, and I think that just shows the synergy that exists between a lot of these sponsors. We've got some incredible judges that are going to help us be evaluating those pitches today. And there's 2 groups. There's first the healthcare judges, and then we've got our Pre-X judges. And these represent individuals from our corporate sponsors, as well as a lot of our community leaders. And special shout out to Steve at Capital One and that crew for judging in the Pre-X, and for Kelly Powell, who's the chairwoman of our Angel Advisory Board, for joining us this morning to judge, as well as countless other community members that we're so grateful for their time and their leadership.
We're getting into pitches now. Here's how it's going to roll. We're going to alternate Pre-X and healthcare innovation sprint teams. We've got 8 teams for you. These teams will have 3 minutes to pitch to you live. Our esteemed judges and panelists who will grill them for a couple minutes, and then we'll roll right to the next team.
Thanks, everyone. Good morning. My name is Aditya Parashar, and I am the co-founder of Jeeves.
Hello, everyone. We're ZA Healthcare. We're a medical innovation team.
We're Yoga, and today we're here to show you how the future will be grown out of mushrooms and how we're the ones that are going to make that happen. My name's Nate Vogel.
I'm Trent Jackson.
I'm Jen Roberts.
And I'm Zahir Sheikh.
Hello, my name is Ashley Victor, and my product is the vaporized hydrogen peroxide decontamination protocol.
My name is Eugene Abrodope, a co-founder of Comprehensive Rehabilitation Services, CRS. Our mission is to take low-cost physical rehabilitation.
Hello, and welcome to our presentation for your Mac First. During the COVID-19 outbreak, roughly 71.5% of medical workers in Wuhan, China experienced some sort of psychological distress.
I'm Destiny.
And I'm Asha.
And I'm Marcus.
Kids to Kids Coaching is an online self-development program for kids.
Hello, my name is Carissa, and I would like to introduce Know Now, our proposed telehealth system.
For us, we've had our idea for quite a bit of time, but this program has really helped us, with guidance.
It's nice to see something we're so passionate about just come to life, because this program has helped us turn our passion into a reality.
I can say this entire process, it was very inviting. I worked with an amazing team. I had great mentors. Everybody who led up the program was just so nice and helpful.
A round of applause for Your Mask First. As the winners, I also have been just blown away. Congratulations.
Yay. Thank you guys. This was really empowering to be able to work on a meaningful solution when right now we feel so uncertain about our own futures.
We have come to a finalist for Da Vinci's Pre-Accelerator, and that winning team is Uyoga.
This has been a long time coming, and we still got plenty of room to grow, but wouldn't be possible without those people, so thank you.
Thank you all for this morning. It's been a lot of fun. It was great to see all your faces. Great to have so many members of our community together in this virtual environment. And we will facilitate connections between our students and judges and mentors and community members following this. So you're not done with us yet. We're going to keep the love coming. But thanks to everybody. Stay well, stay healthy, and the best to you and your families. And we will look forward to seeing you all soon. Thanks, everyone.
Somebody had to do it. Somebody had to talk to themselves on mute. I'm glad that I got to kick that off for everyone.
There we go. Awesome. So that essentially broke down 2020's version of Demo Day. So last year's Demo Day, we had two amazing teams that won, Your Mask First and Yoga. I'm never going to pronounce that correctly, but Yoga. So they were fantastic. They did a great job. And so essentially I want to break down, and now let's go to the beginning. So what we're trying to get to is Demo Day. So that's why we kicked it off with that. But I want to start from the beginning. What is Pre-X? So this year, unlike last year where it was a 10-week program, this is a 2-week program. So we kind of went back to the boards, we pivoted a little bit, and we said, let's focus on a few different types of sprints and then lead us to Pre-X as a whole. So you might have participated in things like the healthcare sprint or the design thinking sprints, and now we're coming to Pre-X. So when you're applying to Pre-X, you already have this problem space that you're interested in solving for. So this year, it's going to be a 2-week program, and we're focusing on a program that assists students in communicating their ideas. So essentially, we're looking at this problem space that students have identified, and now we're deep diving into research to find a solution. So whether that's a physical solution, a process, tangible, intangible, completely up to you guys to kind of fill that area and to decide on that solution and then outline it for us. We don't expect you guys to build an entire car or to build something out completely, but we're looking at sort of like an MVP and an outline of what you want to do with that solution in that problem space that you have identified. And then essentially we go into a Shark Tank mode, right? So it's this really exciting place where you get to present your executive summary and your pitch presentation. So we're trying to get you to outline the solution that you've developed, outline this problem space, and then pitch it, why your solution is the best solution there could be. So who can apply? Anyone can apply. VCU students, we do ask that one person on your team is at least a VCU student. You can have a team between 1 and 5 people. So if you are on a team of 5, only one of your teammates needs to be a VCU student, but all 5 of you can be VCU students. So as long as there's one person on the team that's got that VCU ID, you are good to go. Now, when you look at that application, we are only looking for one application per team. So what we suggest is everyone on your team hopping on a Zoom call, one person sharing their screen and filling out that application. In order to kind of figure out who is going to be the person to make the submission, you would assign them a team lead title, and that person is going to be the one who's actually submitting the materials. This just helps organizational purposes. So we suggest if you hop on a Zoom call together, you've got your team lead going through the applications and actually filling out the information, but each one of you on the team is able to assist in filling out the application as a whole. So what do you need in order to apply? So you're thinking about materials. So we need some sort of thoughts formed and you're prepared for research. So we don't actually need prepared research itself, but we are looking so that you've kind of outlined what you're going to be researching in this problem space area that you've identified. So we would like an executive summary. There is a template that we have provided. Essentially, this does not need to be completely fine-tuned. That's what we're going through PreX for, but we need an outline of what you're interested in and where you're kind of pinpointing the solution area. And then a 3-minute video presentation, essentially pitching to us what you're going to be solving for, why, and in that 3-minute presentation, if you can make this a link on YouTube that's been unlisted and public so that everyone's able to view it. In your application, I'll show in just a second of where you're actually going to plug that in. So let's do a quick walkthrough. Okay. And just give me a quick thumbs up if everyone can see this application on my screen. Fantastic. Thanks for the engagement. I appreciate it, y'all. Great. So this is the VCU Pre-X application. So if you go into the VCU Da Vinci Center website, you'll actually see a little apply now. Select that and you'll go through here. So the team lead information is going to be the person who's actually filling out the application. Like I said, even if you have a team that's 5 VCU students, we're only looking for one application, and you can have anywhere from 1 to 5 people, but the team lead is going to be the person that's actually submitting. So even though all of you might be on Zoom together submitting, we just want the information of that team lead so we can kind of start preparing all of our fun organizational background. So you'll go through and you'll give all your information and then a team name. Please remember to be creative. We are a center for innovation. We want creativity in this, so throw your team name there. Enter how many people you are having on your team, and then go into the description. So you're going to describe the idea, the product, the company. You're going to describe that problem space that you really want to enter, and then what you're thinking about in terms of solution. We want you to define your customer audience, who you're going to look at for research purposes. Again, we don't need this completely fine-tuned yet. And if you did participate in the design thinking sprints, you probably already picked out some areas that you were going to focus in. So you can absolutely use the information and materials that you've developed in that sprint in order to apply here at PreX. So you'll enter in that information of your primary customers and audience, and then identify a few competitors. From there, you'll be going into where you're at. If you did not participate in the design thinking sprints, this is a first-time idea. If you are a first semester freshman and you have a problem that you're interested in, you might be at that just idea space. If you were a team that has done a few different sprints this year, maybe you have completed a few sprints the last couple of years, you'll probably be somewhere in that customer discovery prototype space, a little bit more researched through. So just make sure you kind of put an honest answer of where you're at, and then you're going to go into your largest barriers, and then you're going to go deep into your product. If you do not have a company URL, company social media, that is fine. You can leave this one blank. This one here is just to see which teams have really started to develop and started to promote their company product and or solution. But please remember to be as honest as possible in all of these questions, because what we do is we mentor link. So all of the mentors that we have going through this program are also taking a similar assessment so that we can make sure to pair and link mentors with groups. So this program for PreX is going to be very focused on mentorship. We want to make sure that we have someone truly guiding you and giving you correct information and advice that really truly aligns with the program problem space solution that you're in. So we want to make sure that you guys give true and honest answers so that you're able to we're able to find you a mentor that truly matches what you're looking for. Awesome. And then you're going to scroll down into submitting your materials. So if you need a template of the executive summary, if you do not have a version, this link here in blue is going to be that downloaded PDF version of an executive summary template. Just go ahead and fill that out. Super simple, just follow the exact kind of template that we have and submit it there. And then submit your public link for your recorded pitch. No longer than 3 minutes, please. Not that we don't absolutely love you guys, but 3 minutes is definitely the cap on that. It's okay if it's a little bit under, but please do not go over 3 minutes. And then you'll go into kind of what industry you're interested in. If you think you're in a couple of different areas, or maybe you might cross over, again, please be as honest as possible. Select multiple, because we just are trying to pair you with the correct mentor, making sure you guys get the best advice for your solution area. And then for our marketing purposes, we would love you guys to tell us how you heard about the Da Vinci Center. Does anyone have any questions on this application before I move forward? Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
What all should be in the recorded pitch?
Yeah, so essentially it's kind of in outline. So we want you to tell us what problem space that you're interested in. And then if you have an idea for your solution, so then you're going to start to kind of outline what you're going to be kind of researching in PreX. So if you're saying my problem space is, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, a few examples. So we had your mask first, and we had they were interested. Well, Kelsey, do you have any examples? I'd love to pull from you.
One of our teams did like a door, a French slide door that was, it both slid open like a French door, but also opened out like, I'm getting the ones mixed up, but you understand, like the door would open up like this, and then it would open this way as well. So that was one of the ones that came through. That was a couple years ago. We also had a medical student come through with a med school arcade. That was really cool. That was one where they ended up doing like video games for students that were trying to study for their med school exams. We've had a microgreen. So one of the students from the yoga team, he had a microgreen company that he was working on. We've had biomedical engineer, medical products. We've had, I mean, it's really ranged from things that people have kind of created very recently before they started versus things that they had maybe been working on for quite a while.
Yeah, so if like currently I'm at an MVP stage, would a demo of what we have so far work as part of like the pitch deck video, or is there?
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. It just make sure that at the beginning you kind of give us that problem space and then dive into your MVP so we know what you're solving for essentially.
Okay.
And Sarah, I'm just dropping into the chat our YouTube channel for last year's PreX videos. See, these are the ones that came out of the end of it. So these were already coached, just to give you an idea, but just to give you an idea of kind of what went through the pre-accelerator last year. And as far as the video for the application, we are going to help you refine it. So telling your story the best way you can is just telling us what why you're doing this and where your idea came from is kind of just going to help us get an idea of if it's something that we can work with through the pre-accelerator.
Perfect. Does anybody have any other questions? Okay. All right, so I will also ask for questions and go through kind of an FAQ in just a minute. So if you do have questions, hold on for me and we will go over them in a little bit. So a few benefits of PreX outside of obviously being given an amazing mentor that you can ask a lot of questions for and asking questions with our facilitators and our staff at Da Vinci. We also have two exciting things that we're going to offer in PreX itself. So we have a design thinking certification. So essentially you're learning design thinking, you're getting certified. It's a really great addition to your resume, and it's a great expansion of your soft skills. If you participated in a previous design thinking certification, it's always a great way to just kind of refocus those skills, right? To practice. Practice makes perfect. Going over your design thinking skills is a fantastic way to just keep those skills strong. And also we're going to focus on an Adobe license. So if you're participating in PreX, you're going to receive a summer access Adobe license. So if you have previously received an Adobe license due to a design thinking certification or a design thinking sprints that we participated in, this will actually extend, and this will be the summer specific summer access to Adobe. All right, so I'm going to take you through a quick FAQ, which is essentially just questions that we've kind of had asked throughout the way. So what about team selection and attendance? So we do expect in PreX for teams to be chosen and selected before applying for PreX. So unlike any previous sprints that we've offered this semester, we want you guys to come in with a set team. So if you are on a team of 1, fantastic. If you're on a team of 5, fantastic. That is up to you guys, anywhere between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as long as one member of that team is a VCU student. So again, team selection is required prior to the application. So we will ask for names in that application. So just make sure anybody who's on your team, or if something happens and a team changes, please do notify us, because we do expect all member names to be on that application. Our attendance. Oh, and individuals may apply for multiple projects. So if you are interested in a couple of different teams, you're absolutely invited to be on multiple teams. That's completely fine. Our attendance is Monday through Thursday nights. So again, Monday through Thursdays, we don't have it. We're not participating on Fridays. So Monday through Thursdays from April 5th to April 18th. Essentially, all of our attendance days are going to be focused on workshops and mentor breakout. The biggest thing here is that you receive that mentorship time. So if you are unable to attend any of the workshop classes, they are not mandatory and required. However, we have seen in previous PreX and design thinking sprints that those who attended all of the sessions ended up having better pitches, better executive summaries, because they were able to get that feedback from the mentors. So working outside of class is always beneficial as well. But when you get that one-on-one time with your mentors in class, in a session, it really does help kind of fine tune your presentation as a whole. And you're able to kind of work out and say, hey, we were thinking about this, and trying to get that balance board and say, hey, I just want to bounce ideas and see what sticks, see what works. So we definitely would suggest attending Monday through Thursday. We would suggest that at least one member of your team attends every single session, so they're able to work with that mentor and then give feedback to the rest of the team. So if there's a night where someone is unable to, hopefully we would really suggest at least one person on that team being there and attending the entire workshop and mentor breakout. All right, so let's talk about mentors. So I know I touched on it just a little bit, but I do want to reiterate, we are personally selecting mentors with teams. So please fill out your applications as honestly as possible, because we will be personally going through every single mentor application, every single team application, and pairing who will work best with who. And essentially, we want to make sure that because this program has such heavy mentorship, that you're paired with the right mentor, someone that's able to give feedback in your industry, who's able to help bounce ideas and help create this balance. So if you have any notes or questions from mentors specifically, feel free to add that into the application, but we will be personally selecting them. So please be as honest as possible. So if you just have an idea and you say you're in the MVP spot in that application, you better have an MVP, because we're going to tell our mentor that you have something already created and they are going to need your help, developing or testing it. So make sure you're being as honest as possible. All right, so let's talk about those final deliverables. So essentially, there it goes. Essentially, at the end of PreX, we want a fully formed and researched solution. So it is a 2-week PreX, again, April 5th to April 18th. So we expect an executive summary and a 3-minute presentation. Those are exactly what you need in order to apply. So what you submit when you apply should hopefully be extremely researched and fully formed after 2 weeks, and you're able to go back and give a summary. Your final deliverables will be a summary, executive summary, and a 3-minute presentation. Hopefully in those 2 weeks, you have truly given it all, and you've really researched and you've been able to fully form this solution and take it to a whole new level. So you're able to deliver something that's more fine-tuned. You're able to say, we really researched our customer audience, our market. Our MVP is now, we're working. It's actually here, we've developed it. So hopefully in that executive summary and the 3-minute presentation that you've submitted as your final deliverables has taken your original deliverables and application to a whole new level. Again, all submissions will be considered for demo day. We do not have a set number that are going to be selected because we want to look at everyone's overall project and solution so that we can say, these presentations are amazing. They are worth going to demo day. And that's where you'll be pitching to an accelerators and investors. So it circles back to demo day being our big hurrah at the end. So our demo day is going to be on April 30th. Select teams will pitch. So we will select a few teams in order to pitch in front of these national accelerators and investors. And there will also be a people's choice. So we will vote on each other's as well to promote to demo day. All right, and that is the end of my quick highlighted summary of Pre-X. Does anyone have any questions about Pre-X, about demo day, the application itself, anything?
Yeah, I have another question.
Yes.
I'm assuming that this seems like a simple question, but I wanted to just make sure. We don't have to use the template for the executive summary, correct? If we already have one made, we can just submit that.
Correct. You don't have to use the template. It is a great way to just say that, make sure that you've compare your current executive summary to that one. Just make sure you've checked some boxes,
Okay.
but you do not have to use the exact template.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Well, applications are due on March 26th. That is this Friday. So please be sure to apply, get those applications in, and make sure that you guys have your team set, you're ready to go, and upload those presentations. And I would definitely also suggest, if you are unsure if the presentation that you've uploaded to YouTube is public or unlisted, send it to some friends, send it to some family members, make sure they can view it, just as a second touch point to make sure that it is a public URL for your presentation so that we are able to see it. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. This is a recorded video, so we will put this up if you did miss us. No worries, we recorded this and we'd be happy to answer any questions as well. Again, applications are due on March 26th, Friday.
One last thing. I now that I remember it, I tried clicking the link in the email for the template and it wasn't working for me. My browser was like blocking it.
For the executive summary?
Yes. Could you, is there a way that you could send it here or in a separate email?
Absolutely. We will be sending an email out for those who attended as well to make sure that you get that application in an email as well. In the application, there is a link as well. Is that one the one that's not working for you?
It was one that was sent in a separate email, like a follow-up email.
Okay. Try the template on this application. Oh, right there. So when you go to submit your materials, use that link and try that. And you might need to, if it's not downloading in the specific browser you're in, you might need to change your browser, would be another suggestion.
Okay, that works.
Okay.
Which browser were you in, John?
Firefox.
Okay, I know it should work in Chrome. And was it saying that you don't have access, or was it just not working altogether?
I have like a privacy
extension
and it just wouldn't let it through.
If anybody else has that issue, just request access or email the Da Vinci email.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.